Have you ever felt it? That subtle, unsettling sensation that your money just doesn't stretch as far as it used to, even when the prices of your everyday essentials seem to hold steady. It's not just inflation. It's something far more insidious, an invisible force quietly eroding your financial life. This isn't about rising costs. It's about a deeper, more profound shift in the very nature of value itself. We're going to unearth the hidden mechanisms that make your hard-earned cash feel like it's decaying, right in your pocket. For centuries, a dollar was a dollar. Its value felt intrinsic, almost eternal, like a carefully calibrated timepiece. You earned it, you saved it, and you knew exactly what it could buy, year after year. Our grandparents lived in a world where money held a certain gravitational pull, a stable center in an ever-changing universe. They could buy a house for a sum that today wouldn't cover a down payment, not just because prices were lower, but because money itself was fundamentally different. What changed? What broke this ancient contract between our labor and its worth? We often blame inflation, the idea that prices are simply going up. But what if it's not just prices ascending, but rather the purchasing power of your money descending? Imagine a silent, constant leak in your financial bucket. Every day, a tiny, almost undetectable drop escapes, leaving you with less and less, even if the bucket itself appears full. This isn't about the grocery store raising the price of milk. It's about the very concept of a dollar slowly, quietly losing its oomph. Consider the old gold standard. For a long time, the paper money in your wallet was a stand-in, a receipt for a certain amount of physical gold held in a vault. This meant that the total amount of money in circulation was directly tied to something real, something finite. You couldn't just print more gold. This system, for all its flaws, created a fundamental scarcity, a hard limit on the money supply that tethered its value to a physical commodity. It was like an anchor, holding money's value steady in the turbulent seas of the economy. Then came the Great Unlinking. In 1971, President Nixon severed the last ties between the US dollar and gold. This monumental decision transformed money from a claim on gold to what economists call fiat money, money by government decree. It sounds abstract, but its implications were seismic. Suddenly, the amount of money in existence was no longer bound by the limits of a physical metal. It could be created, essentially, out of thin air. This shift dramatically altered the very nature of money. Instead of being a representation of a scarce physical asset, money became a representation of debt. When a bank lends you money, they're not just giving you existing cash, they're often creating new money as a credit entry in your account. This is a fundamental concept that bewilders most people. The vast majority of money in our economy isn't physical cash, but digital entries in ledgers, created as loans. Think about it like this. If you have a pie, and suddenly you start adding more and more slices without adding more ingredients, what happens? Each original slice becomes smaller, less substantial. In the same way, when new money is constantly being introduced into the system, the purchasing power of each existing unit of currency, each dollar, each euro, each yen, slowly dilutes. It's like adding water to a concentrated juice. The total volume increases, but the flavor weakens. But here's the insidious part. This dilution doesn't always manifest as immediate, dramatic price hikes. Sometimes the prices of basic goods might appear relatively stable, or even slightly decrease due to technological advancements or increased efficiency. Yet, you still feel poorer. Why? Because while the price of an individual item might not have rocketed, the amount of money required to achieve a comfortable standard of living, to secure your future, to build wealth, has absolutely skyrocketed. Consider the quality and quantity of goods and services we expect today. A car today is infinitely safer, more fuel efficient, and packed with technology than a car from 50 years ago, even if its sticker price, adjusted for inflation, seems similar. The basket of goods we aim for is constantly expanding, filled with things that were once luxuries, now considered necessities. We need more stuff to feel comfortable, and thus, our existing money feels less capable of acquiring that ever-expanding stuff. It's not just about physical goods either. Think about the cost of education, healthcare, or housing. These are not always directly tied to the raw materials or labor in the same way a loaf of bread is. They are influenced by demand, government policy, and the availability of credit, that newly created money. When money is cheap and abundant, it can inflate the cost of these big-ticket items, making them feel increasingly out of reach, even if your weekly grocery bill isn't drastically different. And this brings us to a crucial, often overlooked factor: the Cantillon effect. This economic principle suggests that when new money is created, it doesn't spread evenly throughout the economy. It enters the system at specific points, benefiting those closest to the source first. Imagine a ripple effect. Those who receive the new money first get to spend it before prices have fully adjusted upwards. They get to buy things at the old prices, effectively getting more for their money. Who are these first receivers? Typically, they are large financial institutions, governments, and major corporations who interact directly with central banks. They get to deploy this new, fresh money into assets like stocks, real estate, or other investments before the wider market has absorbed the increased money supply. This can lead to asset price inflation, meaning the value of things like houses and company shares goes up, while the purchasing power of your regular wages might lag behind. So, while the price of a gallon of milk might only inch up by a few cents, the price of a house or a share in a successful company might soar. This creates a widening gap. Those with assets see their wealth increase, while those primarily earning wages find their ability to acquire those assets diminishing. Your money isn't losing value in a straight line. It's losing value disproportionately in the very areas that build long-term wealth. This is why it feels like your money is decaying even when prices seem stable. Your purchasing power for assets is shrinking, and your ability to keep pace with the expanding definition of a comfortable life is diminishing. It's not just about your purchasing power for a single loaf of bread, but your purchasing power for a secure future, for opportunity, for a life that feels abundant and stable. But here's the truly mind-bending twist. This isn't necessarily a bug in the system. For many economists and policymakers, a little bit of this invisible decay, a target of 2% inflation per year, is actually considered desirable. It's a subtle mechanism designed to keep the economic engine churning. Why would anyone want their money to lose value over time? The theory is that if your money is slowly losing value, you're less likely to hoard it under your mattress. You're incentivized to spend it, to invest it, to put it to work. This constant movement of money stimulates demand, encourages production, and ideally creates jobs and economic growth. It's a gentle push, a nudge, to keep the wheels of commerce turning. However, this also means that the traditional advice of saving your money, particularly in low-interest savings accounts, is a losing game. While you might see a small percentage of interest, it's often less than the rate at which your money is quietly decaying. Your purchasing power is slowly being siphoned off, making the act of saving feel increasingly futile for long-term wealth building. So, what can we do in a world where money is designed to subtly diminish? The answer isn't to stop earning or saving, but to understand the rules of this new financial game. It means shifting our focus from merely accumulating dollars to accumulating value that can outpace the invisible decay. It means investing in skills that are in demand, learning to manage debt strategically, and understanding how to put your money into assets that have a better chance of appreciating over time, whether that's real estate, stocks, or even your own business. It's about moving from being a passive holder of money to an active steward of your financial future. The feeling that your money is losing value, even when prices hold steady, isn't an illusion or a flaw in your perception. It's a fundamental characteristic of our modern monetary system, a consequence of how money is created, distributed, and incentivized. It's the invisible decay, a constant, subtle force at play, reshaping the landscape of wealth and opportunity. Understanding this invisible decay isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about recognizing the hidden currents that shape our financial lives and learning how to navigate them more effectively. It's about realizing that money in its modern form is less like a fixed asset and more like a flowing river. You have to learn to swim with the current or risk being pulled beneath the surface. So the next time you feel that subtle unease about your money, Know that it's not just in your head, it's a tangible economic reality. The question then becomes, how will you adapt to this world of invisible decay? How will you build and preserve value when the very foundation of currency is designed to slowly erode? The answer lies not in hoarding, but in understanding, investing, and continually evolving your relationship with money itself.